Hi guys. So I've been putting this video off for a long time now. So I'm just basically gonna I'm just gonna get into it because I've been sort of overthinking it and always sort of feeling not ready or not enough, but I'm on a journey and so I've not arrived. I don't think any of us have. And I'm just gonna be taking you guys along for my ride. So buckle up. Um, so I'm just gonna maybe give a little bit of background. Um, I've been through, I think, three major tower experiences in my life. Some self-inflicted, but I know that especially the I mean, none of them were more important than the next, but I do know that this last one has been the most life altering for me. I mean, my first tower experience, I spent years just fighting against it. Um, it was sort of like a Job experience where I was living this perfect life and um, just one by one things were being stripped away from me, and I fought it for a long time, and because I was always like, why me, I mean, these things could have happened to anyone. Why are they happening to me? And like, if I had to just begin to tell you, you would think that I'm lying. It would sound like a made up story. I mean, it was just one thing after the next, just going wrong, just falling apart. And so I think that I was dead for a long time um, inside, just because I felt like everything I had accomplished, everything in my life I had to fight for, I had to struggle for. Nothing came easily to me. It was always me having to put in this work. And then with my last tower experience, I had this realization that, okay, I'm jumping now, but I just want to say this before I forget. One of the realizations that I had was that you have to put in the work and then rest and let the rest happen. Let the universe do the rest. Let source do the rest. Let God do the rest. You can't do it all. Um, yes, people will say, pray and do this and that, but there's a certain amount of work you have to do. I mean, I have nothing against praying. I mean, prayer is a powerful tool, but it goes hand in hand with the work that you need to do within yourself and the work that you need to do to get to where you want to be. Just sitting down and praying is not gonna help anything. um so this platform, I just want to clear something before I continue. I do believe in God. um I was, for 12 years of my life, a staunch Christian. I studied the Bible for 4 solid years. Um, but I believe that everything works together with God, the universe, source, a higher power. Um, Everything works together. I don't believe that you can just use one thing and everything falls into place. Um, if you disagree, then this is not the platform for you. You're not forced into any of this. I'm not a professional by any means. I am just a person with a lot of gifts, and I feel like I can help a lot of people. Um, in today's world where, not sure if the world has always been this way, but people are consumed in their own lives and honestly they're not interested in other people or how other people are coping or if they can lend a helping hand. um and for me, I've always been a person like that. If I can help, I'm going to help you. I used to exhaust myself helping, and then as I went through each tower experience, realizing that I'm always there for people, I'm always helping people, but when I needed people, there's no one there. um I just always found myself going through all of these things alone. And I think it's partly my fault because I always put on this warrior face, and I'm doing what needs to be done. Not waiting for somebody to come and save me. I mean, a little bit of help would be nice, you know. Um, so another thing that the tower experiences have helped me with is the fact that they taught me to balance my putting myself in someone else's shoes, not putting myself in someone else's shoes to the degree that I'm not sleeping at night worried about this person's situation or what they're going through. We all adults, we all make decisions in our lives, and sometimes it's just the karma effect. You just have to weather your storm. It's consequences of our actions, and I'm not saying that I'm never going to help people again. I'm just very wary of where I put my fingers now. Um, and I feel like my help, my help to the world, if they let me, would be to try and make people whole again. Um, I mean, we're all broken. Everyone has a story. Everybody's been through the most. Um, and nobody deals with it anymore. We just put on our armor again and keep putting one foot in front of the other, and we're never taking the time out to make ourselves whole. So with my the Tower experience that I'm still coming out of, um, sort of started from September last year, where my whole world was turned upside down and I felt so alone. I mean, I'm living in another city to my entire family. So I'm here with my 4 children alone. So I don't really have that sort of like a support structure um, emotionally, or even to assist a little bit, with the kids in it. So it's overwhelming already being a single mother of 4 children, and then still having such turmoil and toxic situations, um, just repeating themselves all of the time, and um, looking at these children and just wanting stability and nothing but the best for the greater good, Um, and honestly, they've been my reasons, they've been my why. They're the reason why I'm still fighting this fight. They're the reason why I've grown so much. They're the reason why I keep putting one foot in front of the next, one foot in the other. And when I can't put one foot in front of the other, then I'm crawling there, I'm dragging myself there, because I know if I don't, who's going to? Um, so, yes, so I was saying my last experience, that I'm still working through. Then, I mean, it was a real struggle from September up until January. The struggle deepened, and now became more of an internal struggle where I was saying, Bianca, you can't keep doing this. You can't keep being the victim. Um, you need to find you, you know? Um, and it's so much more than finding. It was so much more than finding me. It was reconnecting with my energy, reconnecting with my vibe again, you know, because when adulting strips you, and it can take the life out of you, it takes the life out of you. And honestly, as much as tower experiences are the worst, they painful. They so painful. But looking back, I would not change it for anything. It's forced me into this brand new life that I could never have imagined. I mean, it's not perfect, by any means, but it's headed now in a direction that I love. Like, if you look at my situation in the physical, not much has changed. But just the energy around my life, around my children, around my home, around everything that is me is not the same. Um, the okay, so I said it started in September, worsened in January, beginning of January, and then the worst thing that could have ever happened to me happened at the beginning of March this year. Something that I basically, the worst thing that could have happened to me, the worst thing happened. And when I turned to people who were supposed to be supportive, there was no one. So the worst thing that could have happened to me happens. I then have no support, emotionally, physically, mentally, nothing. And I was literally at my lowest point, that I've been in so many moons. Um, I was just devastated. I was devastated. I was torn. Didn't see a reason for, I didn't see a reason to live anymore. Um, and because of my personality, I want everything to happen fast, 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 you know. My mind is always working. Like I'm always coming up with these ideas and plans and solutions, and my body is not fast enough to keep up with it. I mean, even if I was 20 something, it has nothing to do with my age. My body cannot carry out everything that my mind wants it to do. Um, so there's 24 hours in a day, and the things that I want to do in one day, there's just not enough hours for me to get those things done. And so I went through a few days of just not okay, I won't even say a few days, 1 or 2 days of just in a dark, dark, dark place. And um I was having thoughts of doing unthinkable things and hating myself for it. Um, because I mean, like I said, I have people who I'm responsible for, and I mean, I don't like them to see me being weak or not having answers, you know. But I also understand that it's good for them. It's good for them to see those things, to see those moments. And then I just went straight into Bianca beast mode of strategizing, having a goal, putting everything down, and then just tackling each step in record speed because um, my livelihood depended on it. My children's lives depended on it, and I just felt like I was so alone. There was nobody who felt the urgency of the situation. There was no one who availed themselves to sort of just walk with me through this. Um, so I found myself just being incredibly, devastatingly isolated. But I still pushed through. I think that if it wasn't for my children, I don't think it would have happened so quickly. Um, and a takeaway for me from all of that was to see who stood up to us to lend a helping hand for me to know, okay, going forward, this is where I need to put my energy. Um, it sort of took the trash out. Um, I know now who is for me and who would be there for me in any situation. So going forward, I will not be investing in anybody who saw what I was going through and did nothing. No phone calls, no messages, no nothing. Um, I was angry for a while at the situation and the people. I was angry at the people who left me to go through this alone. But I see now that if they were there with me, the situation, the fruit would not have, the situation would not have beared any fruit. Um, I needed to go through this alone. I needed their time. Um, I started meditating. I started decluttering my life, my home. It's not 100% done yet, but we're getting there. Um, Things that I used to hold on to before, I don't hold on to them anymore. I hold everything loosely. I thought I did that before, but I like it's just at another level now. And the meditating was different now. My quiet time was different now. I was more connected. My head wasn't so foggy anymore. Um, I mean, prior to this whole experience, I was working day and night. I think for a year and a half. Some weeks I wouldn't sleep for 3 to 4 days. I'd be working straight through. I looked sick, and I was solely focused on my work and neglected everything else, neglected every other area of my life, and worst of all, I neglected me. And I know now that this experience was to ground me again, was to bring me to myself, was an awakening on epic levels. Um, I've been sleeping. I've just been living life, um, just been going to work, coming home, working some more, sleeping for a couple of hours, or not sleeping at all. Um, I just had there was no navigation system anymore. There was nothing. Um, so the purpose of this first video, is to encourage everyone who's going through a hard time to never give up. No matter how hard it is, no matter how alone you are, never give up. If every one of us has so much inside of us. Every one of us is a shining star. Every one of us is unique. Every one of us has special gifts that the whole world needs to see. The whole world needs you. It might not feel like that. You might not feel that way. But it's true. So back to my story. My situation was getting really desperate. In the period of about a month, I had to restart a my sideline business of designing and sewing, making making infinity dresses, making a bunch of stuff, which I used to love. And it sort of had to fall away because my life got so busy. But I started that again and realized how much I missed it and how much I loved it and how much I needed it. And then so that started bringing in some income, not enough, far from enough, but it was making me hopeful again. Our tower experiences are there to bring out our gifts for those of us who are so stubborn, for those of us who are so caught up in the rat race. Our tower experiences are to bring us in alignment with our true selves, with the universe. And I mean, I said earlier, I started meditating. I started manifesting. I've tried manifesting. It has never had the effect that it has now after my tower experience because I wasn't doing it right. I mean, you hear people say manifestation and the secret to life, and we create with our words, and all of this. And so I thought that I was doing that. But there's so much more that goes into manifesting. It's not just you sitting there and saying these words. You have to create this atmosphere, and it's not going to happen just by you chanting some words. You have to go within yourself. You have to believe from a place you've never believed before, and that doesn't happen when life is easy. You don't get there by you don't get there without a tower experience. You don't get there without having to be put into a situation where you need to, that sort of invites this in. I hope that I can cover all of this in more detail in my next video, because manifestation is a tool. It's the key to life, and it's not going to work if we're doing it wrong. So I would recommend, to get it started, to get it kicked off, you would need alone time for at least 2 weeks of just reconnecting with yourself. A ton of healing. You have to almost empty out your cup and start afresh. It's like rewiring your entire brain, your entire belief system, to be in alignment with, so that there's a connect, so that you can connect. You cannot connect if you don't clear everything out. And so that's what I did. I mean, because now I had the time. Now I had this pool inside of me to do this. And so every day I'd meditate. Some days I'd meditate the entire day. And I was excited to do it. I felt the results of this almost instantly. And definitely my tower experience was to do this for me. If nothing else came out of this, and just I mean, it's impossible for nothing else to come out of this, just because of the degree just because of the degree of connecting with the universe that I did, it's impossible for nothing to come out of it. But even if nothing could come out of it, just the healing that happened, the healing that's taken place, the reconnection of Bianca to this world, the grounding that's taken place. I would not change that for anything in this world. Um, yes, it was painful. Yes, it was painful. But something so, so, so beautiful has come out of it. Um, so I was saying that I'd be meditating for days, like the whole day. Some days I'd meditate for 10 minutes. It just depends. I mean, there were things still that I needed to do because I needed to fix this situation. Um, but days where I could, I'd meditate for practically the entire day. Um, and until I got to a point where I was like, okay, um, it wasn't even like I got to a point, manifesting then just happened. The manifesting happened while meditating. Um, within within 3 weeks of the worst thing happening to me, I found my dream job. It's not going to make me a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire, but I still cannot believe it. A part of me still sort of feels like, is this real? Um, my tower experience brought me myself again. It's given me a completely new perspective on life. I see everything differently now. It's humbled me. Um, it's forever changed. It's forever changed my life. I will never be the same person again, with without a shadow of a doubt. And I mean, this is just the first step. There's still a ton of other things to come. I mean, um, I found my dream job, um, and I I couldn't have done it without the tower experience. I couldn't have done it without manifestation. I couldn't have done it without meditation. I couldn't have done it without healing. Um, so I mean, like I've just touched the tip of this whole world that's opening up for me. And I just want to be an encouragement for people who feel like they have no hope, people who want to give up, people who feel like it's too tough to continue. I I want to walk with you. I want to show you that there is hope. There's always hope. Um, so guys, I also want to just say that sometimes you feel that um you've already taken so long to get to a specific point in your life. Like for me, with once I got the good news and I started on this new journey, I very quickly started stressing about the next good thing, and I had to calm myself and sort of put it on pause, um, just to enjoy this major accomplishment, to relish in it, to pat myself on the back, even if no one was there to pat to pat me on the back. Um, I had to pause and realize that there's purpose in pausing. There's beauty in pausing, because I'm always on the go. I'm always on to the next thing. I just want more and more and more and more. I have an insatiable desire for more knowledge. Um, I'm always researching. I always want to know more. Um, so I'm I had to put my my mind on pause. I had to put my mind on pause. Um, I had to allow myself to enjoy this. Just let the sun, enjoy the sun, just enjoy the sun, just enjoy the celebration, this, you know, and enjoy the moments, and not always just be rushing to the next step, the next step, the next step. Um, because that's how we burn out. We have to always remain grateful. Take time each day just to be grateful for one thing. I've heard people say this so many times, and I just never had the time to do it. But the more you make time to be grateful, the more you will get things to be grateful for. You know, um, we create our worlds. Um, we create with the things we put out, with the things we manifest within ourselves. Um, my experience has made me go into my inner child and heal her. You know, um, I've I've met with her so many times, and um, always thought that she was healed. Um, I mean, I've been working on that for the longest time, but not in any shape or form the way I've dealt with her this time. And um, sh- you have to heal your inner child to be able to be all that you meant to be. Um, you can't live a full life without healing. I mean, you can progress in life. You will definitely have success in life, but you're not gonna live your full to your fullest. You're not gonna. I mean, I'm happy again, even though, like I said earlier, nothing has physically. There's been no t- tangible sort of changes yet in my life. Um, but I'm happy. I'm happy. Being grateful for the little things, like I said, and um, two other really important things for me would be to cleanse your chakras, like as often as you can, um, because places that you visit, people that you see, all affect that. And I'm now so sensitive to those things. Um, that I can actually I can feel so much more now when I'm in a space that I shouldn't be in. Or I've always been really intuitive, and um, I sort of I have this gift of being forewarned by visions or dreams, deja vu, you know. Um, my intuition is so strong, but I think I was almost ashamed. Sounds weird, but I think I was almost ashamed of the gift. I've actually had a few light workers tell me that I have really amazing gifts passed down from my mum's side of the family, that I need to get into. And a part of that is just having this amazing intuition. Um, I can't, most times I can't tell you how I know something, but I just know, you know. And then um, and most of the time when I express those things to people, they they don't see it. They don't see it, they don't understand it, and then they shun it away. So I actually that makes sense why I said earlier that I think I was ashamed of it, because I can see straight through a person, and that's definitely one of the gifts that these light workers were referring to. But if ever I voiced those things, even in secret, to someone that I trusted, um, I was always met with, they didn't agree. But sure enough, every single time the truth would come out, this person's truth would be exposed, and then they'd come back to me and say, you were so right, you know. So I've I have these gifts that scare me. Um, they it's just that it's too much sometimes, and that's why I sort of just a lot of the times stay away from people, because um, it's very rare to find genuine people, and most of the time you just around you people are draining, their energies are draining, people are broken um, in this world. So I also realize that I have to come to a place where um, pulling away is definitely necessary for me, and refueling, but to keep going back out. So to come out of this place where I just rather isolate myself, I need to just refuel and go back out. Refuel and go back out. Um, because the world needs people who are empathetic. The world needs people who can lend a helping hand. The world needs people who have been through some things and to give proper advice. Um, for a long time, people have also made me feel like the things that I've been through were not big enough. For a long time, I've let people sort of dictate um, to me, in a sense of just being scared of what are people gonna say, what are people gonna think. Um, and I think that as you get older, you sort of don't care anymore. Um, you just need to be true to you. And I think that that's why I've also been putting this video for a long time, because I know that there are a lot of people who may not understand um, the things that I have to say. Um, so if you can broaden your mind, there's so much more to this life and to this world. Um, I also want to stress that happiness starts within you. There's no person, there's no situation, there's no circumstance, there's no gift, there's no material thing that can give you real happiness. It can give you joy for the moment. Um, but real happiness starts within you. And to look for that in somebody else is not fair on that person or on you. Um, so I said cleansing your chakras is the most beautiful, beautiful thing. Um, Awakening your third eye, trusting your intuition. Um, I don't think, I read today somewhere they said that intuition helps you prepare. So when a situation happens, um, you sort of knew that it was already going to happen, so you sort of prepared. I mean, it's still gonna be difficult, but you sort of prepared. So I'm learning to appreciate that gift, and I'm wanting to grow that gift. Another thing that I'm so grateful for is the fact that this whole tower moment has made me run towards my gifts, where I spent my entire life running away from them just because I didn't want to be a weirdo. I'm already so quirky and different and outside of the box and eccentric and, you know, all of those things. So I don't want to add to it. But I'm I'm healing. I don't want to say I'm healed. I'm healing. I'm growing, and I'm loving the person that I'm becoming. I'm learning from the guides. I'm meeting my spirit guides, and I'm not feeling overwhelmed by it anymore. Um, I've had a few light workers tell me that I should write a book. Apparently, the life I've lived is worthy of a book. And I have been feeling for a couple of years now like I need to do that. But I've also, I've been then, this fear kicks in of is it enough? Is it enough? Or will people be interested? But I think it's just something that I need to get in and do and just let it happen. Like I said earlier, one of my big takeaways from my last tower experience is to do the work, and then let the universe do the rest. I don't have to put in the work and then still press. I'm going to put in the work. It's going to be a lot of work, but then it's going to run the course that it needs to run. I don't need to push it the whole way. So the other thing, what was the other thing? Love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how is anyone else gonna love you? Love yourself. Take care of you, because no one else is gonna take care of you the way you take care of you. You know what you need. Love yourself. Take care of yourself first. Yes, mums, take care of you first, and then everyone else, and then everything else. Make sure that you are okay. We get so caught up with making sure everyone else is okay, and progressing in life, and we forget how important our mental health is. Thank God we in this age of mental health awareness, you know, because it's important. Sort of goes hand in hand with the healing that I was talking about earlier. I said earlier about cleansing your chakras, and I also just want to say that if you feel like you've just being knocked down and you're just having like a string of bad things, they're not always bad, you just had a string of unfortunate events happening, I do want to say that get up and do something. Get up and exercise. Get up and jump on a trampoline. Shake it off. You can wait for it to pass, and it can take 7 years. Get up and change it. Change it from inside of you. Make yourself feel better. Yoga. I started yoga about 3 weeks ago. I've done it about 3 times. I need to definitely do more, because I've just not experienced anything like it before. It just puts you in such a beautiful space. If you don't want this thing to take 7 years, get up, do something different, do something that you love, do something that you enjoy, do something that you've never tried before, and continue doing it. New things, different things. Do something that you loved to do as a child. It can be a simple thing. Coloring in, riding a bike, spending time at the beach, spending time in the mountains. Just reconnect, ground yourself. Sometimes you can get stuck in this rut of oh my goodness me, these bad things keep happening to me. Why me? I think if you just accept that it's happened and decide to change it, because what if you putting in the work inside of you, it has to manifest on the outside. It doesn't have a choice. So the other thing is Reiki Rachel. She's on YouTube. If you can listen to her guided meditations on healing your inner child, guided meditations on cleansing your chakras, and just go to her channel and go through all of the things that she has there. She's amazing. That's she's her guided healing sessions have just been phenomenal for me. So I definitely recommend that you visit her channel. I don't know her personally, but I love, like, she's just done the most for me during these times. And guys, I think that's it from me. I hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope that you continue on my journey with me, and watch this phoenix rise. Love you guys. Guys, I also just wanted to quickly say that God also strategically placed in my life some really good friends who have helped me emotionally to get through my experience. I do feel like the universe, source, God, higher powers, whatever you want to call it, will send you what you need when you need it. So I know my friends are going to be watching this, and I didn't want you to feel that I've forgotten what you've done for me, because I never will. I could not have made it without you guys. You guys brought laughter. You guys brought joy. You guys brought hope to me. So, to my friends and to my family and to my very special people close to my heart, I want to thank you. You've helped this whole process, and so when you see this phoenix flying, know that you were such an important part in my entire process. We are not islands. We cannot go through this alone. God, God will send people. God will send people into your life when you least expect it, in the least expected places. So thank you guys, and I love you guys, and yeah.